Nope, it's just me. So a couple of quick admin notes. You see we have the chat going. I see some messages coming in here. So if you have questions at any point, go ahead and just go ahead and fire your question off in the message. We have a bunch of people here, which I'm excited for. Thank you for everyone from the Bipper Media team for jumping in. But there's a bunch of people here. There's one person specifically who's going to be organizing any questions that come in, and I'm going to jump to those questions at the end. So as I was saying when I was muted, which nobody heard, I was thanking everyone for joining. A couple people have already told me that they are listening in, they're watching in, but they're doing other things, so they're staying muted. So that's kind of encouraging because you're in the middle of whatever it is you're doing, dinner out with the family or something, but you didn't want to miss this. So thank you again for joining. Again, it's now 7:04. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So what I'm going to do is just dive right in here to the presentation, and I'm going to go through it. Again, if you have questions, post it in the message. We'll answer your questions. And then I think that what we're going to do, we of course have everybody's contact info who's joining tonight. So at the end, probably by tomorrow, we'll be able to put this slide deck together for you and send it to you. So that way you can have this slide deck. We may even be recording this, so we might be able to share it as a recorded webinar. So without further ado, let me go ahead and dive in because I'm super excited. All of us here at Bipper Media, super excited about the age of AI. It is not just coming. It's not just something that's picking up speed. The world of AI, as you know, is here. It's upon us. And it has, to put it simply, it has really revolutionized from the inside out all of us here at Bipper Media. And as it pertains specifically to the world of SEO and optimizing our clients' businesses, which is ultimately has always been from day one as it is today. How do we increase your rankings and your visibility so that you can get more customers? That's like the end mission. That's the ultimate objective. AI has completely and really continues. It feels like sometimes on a minute by minute basis here in Bipper Media, it is revolutionizing the way that we execute SEO for our clients to achieve that ultimate objective, to grow your business, which in the world of AI means you need more rankings, you need more visibility relative to your competitors, but more specifically in platforms that are AI driven, right? SEO, we've always talked about, you've always heard people talk about ranking higher in Google search, ranking higher in Google Maps. Well, today, Google search and Google Maps are respectively AI search platforms, right? So in Google search, you have Google AI overviews. Even recently, like literally within the last few months, we now see a higher, heavier presence of Google Map listings showing up in Google AI overviews. So Google search, Google Maps, definitely AI search platforms. And then of course, ChatGPT. I can't tell you how much the volume of questions from clients we've gotten that have really been simply, Bobby, I search whatever, restaurants near me, criminal defense lawyers in Atlanta, whatever search is relevant to their business. I search it in ChatGPT and my competitors are coming up as the answers in ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is really it's amazing to even think about it, but ChatGPT is very much on the heels of Google as it pertains to a search engine. Your customers are using ChatGPT without question. They're using Google still, which means they're getting Google AI overviews and Google Maps. So AI is here. It's out of the gate. It's moving fast, and Bipper Media is keeping up with it. And we are completely, like I said, we're completely really revolutionizing is really the best way to put it. Revolutionizing everything that we're doing here to serve you, our clients, to ultimately achieve that end objective of growing your business. So instead of starting with a lot of slides on AI and kind of the boring like class, seminar type thing, I decided I'm going to start with actual client results, right? To me, that's always more exciting, is to look at what is all of this AI optimization, how is it actually impacting clients? So let me jump in here to this first slide. Here's the first slide. This is a client that has 33 locations. So I know most, some of you on the call, most local small business, you have one location, right? Or maybe several locations. This particular client has 33 locations. This is a snapshot of their most recent productivity. These numbers are huge. These numbers are huge. 2,177 phone calls, over 5,000 website clicks, 38,687 searches. These are like crazy, insane numbers for this enterprise level client with 33 locations throughout the US. Okay. So these are the numbers. Let's look at their GBP. So GBP, when I say, and I'll be using the term GBP quite a bit, what I'm talking about is your Google Map listing. Okay. So it's called GBP Insights. This is the analytics productivity of these 33 locations. So this might be a little bit difficult to see. I have my glasses on so I can see it, but this is the client we were looking at here. This is their comparative productivity. In summary, the way to read this graph is the blue line is current and the red line is the previous. So what we're looking at is the GBP Insight data points, phone calls, directions, website clicks, mobile map views, desktop views. We're looking at the GBP Insights and comparing current time period to previous time period. And you can just really look at the blue and the red comparison, and you can see huge exponential growth and expansion in all of these data points. This is the combined 33. This is the combined 33 GBPs for this one particular client. And I mean, the numbers are just crazy. 148% increase in phone calls, 325% increase in direction requests, 386% increase in desktop map views. That's GBP, Google Maps. And again, like I said, with Google AI overviews, a recent phenomena is that Google Map listings, GBPs, are now being included in Google AI overviews. Okay. So this is just one client, 33 locations. Here's another client. And here I just took a snapshot of their organic traffic, the traffic value and impressions for this client. I think it's pretty easy to me, it was very clear to see when they joined our AI Citation Network. Okay, so right down in here, somewhere around the third, fourth quarter of 2024 is when they joined the Citation Network. And then it's just up and to the right, take off in organic traffic, organic impressions, and the traffic value. Traffic value, what that means is it's actually, so this is an Ahrefs metric. Traffic value means what is the equivalent amount that you as a business would have to spend in Google Ads pay per click? What's the equivalent amount you would have to spend to get the kind of organic search traffic that you're getting? That's what the traffic value is. So when you have traffic value, it kind of runs in parallel, organic search traffic and traffic value, not all the time, but if you see an increase in organic search traffic and an increase in traffic value, that means you're not only getting more organic search traffic, but you're also getting high value. That search traffic is high value traffic as it pertains to your business. Okay. So this is another, let me show you a third screenshot from a current client. Okay. This, again, to me, it's obvious the approximate time frame of when they joined the citation network. You can just see just a huge expansion in traffic and impressions, visibility. Impressions, you see it here on this other screenshot. That's the maroon line up and to the right. And then here you see it, the maroon line again. What impressions means is the volume of visibility that you're achieving in Google search. Okay. It's not necessarily clicks or organic traffic. It's the, for example, you may have shown up for only 5 or 10 keyword phrases 6 months ago. But if today you're showing up for 600 different keyword phrases, your graph would look very similar to this. Okay. So again, huge expansion. Really, in some cases, just an explosion of visibility and traffic and visibility and impressions and growth as a result of the AI Citation Network and the AI optimization that we're now doing for our clients. Okay, so I thought it would be cool to start with a few of these graphs showing you the impact that this is having on clients. Now, let's get into the weeds a little bit. How in the world does this happen? Okay, so there's really two worlds now with AI to compare things to. It's the old way, what I refer to now literally today as legacy SEO. Okay, legacy SEO, and you see where I mentioned here, we stopped chasing rankings. Okay, legacy SEO was all about, I need more pages. I need more pages with keyword phrases stuffed in them. I need more backlinks. I need more blog posts. All of those things are what I now refer to as legacy SEO. So we stopped chasing rankings because AI has completely turned that old legacy strategy completely upside down. And what we started building is what's called visibility infrastructure. That's going to make a little bit more sense here when I dive into it. So we stopped chasing rankings, and because of AI, we started building visibility infrastructure. So the shift, like the monumental shift in the world of SEO, really in all of search and online visibility, is a shift from rankings to infrastructure. And that's exactly what our AI Citation Network delivers for now all of our clients. It delivers this AI infrastructure that is really fundamental to your business competing in Google search. Okay, so you see what I wrote here. Instead of obsessing over keyword rankings, we focused on building a comprehensive visibility infrastructure. And by doing that, it is now tailoring to exactly what these AI search platforms are looking for. And it has now created these multiple pathways for your customers to find and engage with your business. Okay. Some of the key points of the AI Citation Network is entity clarity. Okay. So a unified business identity across all platforms. So we always start with your Google Map listing, right? We make sure all of your business data is correct on your Google Map listing. That's kind of a standard practice that's always been around. But we take that citation, that business data, and we distribute it across our citation network exactly the way it's published on Google Maps, which is point or block number 2 here. You see data consistency. Right? Now that we have an AI platform that is taking your data and executing the publishing of your data across our network, there's less than 1% chance of any data actually being wrong or misconstrued or not published correctly. We have hundreds of clients on our citation network. We have yet to see any inconsistency in the data. Network corroboration, cross-platform validation signals. So what that means is, for example, you have your Google Map listing, but let's say your business data was only published in 1 or 2 or 5, call it directories. Okay. That means you have your Google Map listing and you have, 1, 3, or 5, call it citations or business listings that are corroborating your Google Map listing. Compare that to our AI Citation Network, 300 plus listings, that large network of listings that are 100% consistent to your Google Map listing. That is creating that network corroboration. And then the action pathways. And I'm going to show you some examples here of the citations on networks, live client citations, so you can see what this looks like. But on the network, because of this corroboration, this large volume of citation distribution, it's now creating the action pathways. For your GBP, like I've said it several times already, Google Map listings are now appearing in AI overviews, ChatGPT, Google Search, Google Maps, and the actions that your customers are wanting to take when they find you on these platforms. It's creating those action pathways for your business. Okay, so you've heard me say it's like probably the most exciting comment I'll keep making throughout this entire presentation. The entire search landscape has completely changed. You heard me talk about we're going from websites and rankings to clicks to entity to trust to visibility to discovery. Another way to entity is a really technical term. You're going to hear me talk about schema markup or JSON LD markup. Entity, what we're talking about with entities is your individual data components that make up your citation. Okay. Some of you might be wondering, well, what in the world is a citation? So a citation is a very simple thing. It's made up of 7 data entity points or 7 entity data points of your business data. Those 7 data entity points are your business name, your street address, your city, state, zip code, phone number, and your website URL. Okay. Very simple. It's like the simple things that you already have on your Google Map listing. Now, if you are a service area business on Google Maps, you don't have the street address, right? That means if you're a service area business on Google Maps, you don't want your house, if you're working out of your house, you don't want your house visible on Google Maps. You don't want customers knocking on your front door in the middle of the night or whatever. So that's what service area business, for those types of businesses, the street address is the only entity that's not included in the citation, right? If you're a restaurant or a law firm or a dental practice, you have all 7 of those components. That is what entities are, and that's what makes up your citation. So the old model, traditional or legacy SEO, was all about your websites, build the websites, build more pages, build more blog posts, keyword rankings, focus on keywords, get more backlinks and clicks. The new model, the AI visibility model, is completely revolutionized. It's completely changed that old legacy model. It's now all about entities, which I just described, the data points of your citations, the trust, the authority signals, which comes from the volume. How many entities, how many citations do you have published across the web that reinforce your Google Map business data? Your visibility, the focus on keyword rankings by the entity and the trust and the volume and the AI optimization that increases your visibility in today's age of AI-driven search. And then discovery. Of course, that's the number one objective. That's the only thing ultimately that our clients care about is, how do I increase my visibility? How do I get more traffic? How do I get more phone calls and more customers to grow my business? That's what entity, trust, visibility, that's what the AI Citation Network is delivering for our clients, okay? Why AI search changes everything. We've already talked about these platforms. AI systems, they choose answers or businesses that they trust based on confidence signals. right? It used to be, again, the legacy way of doing SEO was to build more pages, more blog posts, more keyword backlinks, and do that in whatever higher increasing volume that you can. Okay. Today, the confidence signals, like we talked about, are the structured data, the schema markup, and the JSON LD. So when it comes to structured data, the schema markup, I've tried to find, I've looked at all of the major platforms where you can get citations built for your business. I've looked at Yext, I've looked at Bright Local, I've looked at the citations that the vendor we used to use to create citations. I've looked at all those. Nowhere have I been able to find a platform that will deliver citations that are published with high degrees and a high volume of schema markup optimizing the business data. Okay. The structured data, the schema markup is in essence the fuel that drives your visibility in AI search. Okay. So let me use a comparison, and I'm going to drop a name. You've probably heard of these. You've probably heard of this company, Yext. Okay. I'm going to pick on Yext a little bit. Now, I'm going to do that very humbly because, you know, I get to thinking about this. I'm like, who am I to like pick on Yext? I mean, Yext is like $1 billion plus. I mean, they're a publicly traded company, right? So, you know, Bipper Media is not a publicly traded company. So I approach it very humbly. Okay. But they're a very prominent example to talk about when it pertains to schema markup. So we actually used to partner with Yext. We used to be a Yext partner. We used to use them to build citations. I've looked at citations that Yext builds. Okay. So they have a list of directories. It depends on the package you get from Yext. It's around 70 to 100 different directories that they'll publish your business data in. But if you look at any one of them, for example, I've actually looked at all 70 plus that I was able to find. Well, let's just take one, for example, yellowpages.com. That's a very big directory that Yext sends their customers' business data into. Okay. They'll basically create a profile, a listing for you on yellowpages.com. If you find any listing on yellowpages.com published by Yext, all you will see is text. Okay. Now you need tools, or you need to know how to look at the source code to see if there's any schema markup actually applied to that business listing. So you're just going to have to trust me on this. I've looked at all of Yext partnered distributed sites. None of them, not one single directory that they send the business data to, has their citations optimized with schema markup. And what that means is, if you sign up with Yext, they'll take your business data. They'll take Bipper Media, 855 Gaines School Road, Suite A, Athens, Georgia. They'll take our entities, the listing. They'll publish us on yellowpages.com, but all it is text. Okay. Versus the Bipper Media AI Citation Network, all 300 plus of your citations are fully optimized with a full array of schema JSON markup. Now, you might not know, and you know, this is just kind of the language we live in. You might not know necessarily what that means, or you may have not ever even heard of JSON and schema markup. But the schema markup, again, it is the engine that drives AI search optimization. And the reason being is these are terms you might be a little more familiar with. AI platforms, take ChatGPT. Okay. When ChatGPT is crawling and indexing, you know, massive amounts of data, compilation, that huge index of data is what's called an LLM, or a large language model. Okay. In order for ChatGPT or Google AI overviews, in order for these platforms to work, they need a very large set of data. Those large data sets are called LLMs, large language models. Now, when they're going out to crawl and index business data, really any data, if all they see is text, it's a little more challenging for them because there's not really anything in depth for them to like dive into, so to speak, of the data. So if all they see is text, then that's all they get is just text, versus when they see the same business listing, but now a full array of JSON schema markup, the AI search index, like the AI search crawlers, are going to give preference to the data that's optimized with the schema markup, because that's how they can do a much better, much higher quality job of indexing that business data in their LLMs, in the large language models. So to summarize, I know that gets a little bit technical, but to summarize that, in order for your business to be optimized in this age of AI search, JSON schema markup is the fuel that drives that consumption of your business data. Again, back to our AI citation network. That's why we have built this entire network. Every single listing across the entire network is fully optimized with JSON schema markup. It's everything. It makes all the difference. You see the screenshots I was sharing earlier. It makes all the difference in the world between how fast are your phone calls growing, how quickly is your organic search and impressions growing, how quickly is your organic traffic value growing. If you're publishing data today that's fully optimized with schema markup, you will give yourself a very fast, definitive, competitive advantage above your competitors. Okay, that's maybe the easier way, the simpler, down to earth way to convey the importance of JSON schema markup. All right, the AI visibility infrastructure. Here's the framework: website, schema, the AI citation network, your Google business profile, customer actions, revenue. All of these components make up the framework of this AI visibility infrastructure. Okay, we put some of the growth numbers. Again, I just keep reiterating the impact that this infrastructure, the framework, the impact that this framework is having directly on our clients' businesses. Visibility increase 247%, over 15,000 monthly visitors, over 15,000 click-through rate. The growth is insane. And again, schema markup, the volume of your citations, the volume of your data published, fully optimized in schema. It's a definitive rule that will set you apart very quickly from your competitors. Most of your competitors, and I can say this confidently, because not only do I talk to our clients, but I also, our team at Bipper Media, we're always looking at our clients' competitors. And it is not uncommon at all that we look at even the biggest brand name competitors. We start looking at their website and their citations and their visibility across the web, and there's virtually no presence of schema markup. Okay, that represents a huge, magnificent opportunity for your business to be optimized in this age of AI search. Okay, so here's just another couple of different views of the same data that we were looking at. This is maybe a little bit of a cleaner view. So we've already talked about these numbers: the organic search growth, the organic search visibility, the compounding search visibility that's happening as a result of the AI citation network. And then what happens as your visibility increases, as you're being found more? And this really gets to where the rubber meets the road with all of our clients. Like, honestly, our clients in a lot of ways could care less. Like, if they know what schema markup means, if they know what JSON means, if they know how our citation network compares to something like Yext, our clients will listen to it. But really, just like you, the number one goal is customer actions. Am I getting more customers? which means in our world, are you getting more customers because your business is being found more in search? Okay. So again, just another visual, expression of these numbers. Okay, why this works. This is just another way to say kind of the points I was making before. There's really 4 pillars of entity validation. Again, entity, the better way to think of an entity, think of it as your business, and then the data points as sub-entities of your business. Okay, so the 4 pillars of entity validation that drive discoverability and trust. So validation, unified entity and identifiers. That starts with Google Maps. Okay. Google Maps is really the core pillar of all of your entity and business data, right? It might seem like a simple kind of elementary type thing, but you would be surprised. Maybe you're surprised, maybe you wouldn't be surprised how many businesses just have the wrong, suite number, or they have the wrong street address, or the phone number is like their cell number, which is different than their, business phone number that's on their website. At a very granular level, your Google Map listing is the core foundation of the entire system. Okay, it plays an extremely key role in the world of AI optimization, and that's the validation. The consistency, we talked about it. It's almost impossible to create, and we literally have yet to find an example of it. It's almost impossible to create inconsistent business data when you have an AI platform that's actually publishing not only your entities or your business data, but also the schema markup that optimizes that business data. We have yet to see a single error as a result of our platform publishing the citations across our network. The collaboration, the third-party confirmation, every single authoritative source of truth for your business across all digital platforms, unify the entity identifier. So what that means, this gets a little bit out of the lane, so to speak, of the citation network, but I gave an example where we see it all the time. A business has one phone number on their Google Map listing, which is a completely different phone number than what they have on their website, right? Or the street address is wrong, or Google Maps updated, you moved to a new location, but never updated it somewhere else. That's the third-party confirmation. And then the trust, the signals that accumulate. That's where the volume of these citations, the volume of this data comes in. Our network consists of 300 plus high authority, fully AI optimized directories that are publishing your business data across the web. Okay, before I get to that, let me jump over. I want to show you just a couple examples. I just pulled a couple random businesses from our citation network, so you can see, what these AI optimized citations look like. Okay. All right. Number one, oh, this is a business in the UK. So this was completely random. This is a business in the UK. This speaks to the ubiquity, so to speak, of search. It's really how it's always been, but especially in the age of AI search. This is a restaurant in the UK that is on the citation network because ChatGPT, Google Maps, Google Search, it's the same in the UK as it is here in the US, right? I've been to Southeast Asia, to Cambodia and Indonesia and Singapore. People are using ChatGPT and Google Maps the same way they're using it here. It's the same platform. So this was just a random listing I pulled. I didn't realize it's a listing in the UK, but this really speaks to the ubiquity of it, right? This restaurant in the UK has the same number one net objective as any restaurant here in the US. How do I get more customers, clientele to come into my restaurant, and they know I need to be found in Google Maps, Google Search, AI overviews, ChatGPT. This is why this restaurant in the UK is on the Citation Network. Now, let me see if I can show you. Hang on, I'm going to reshare my screen. I want to show you the schema markup. Now, what I want to see, can I show you the schema markup? Let me just test here really quick. Yes. Okay. Now let me move this again. Okay. I'm using the Ahrefs Google Chrome plugin so that I can see schema markup. This is how I know. Let me open it here. And I'm on the structured data. So you see structured data, JSON LD. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 main schema data types for a restaurant. And you see the main category data type restaurant. Now, I'm not going to go through all these because this isn't a class on schema. My point is this restaurant in the UK has 300 plus listings that are fully optimized with all of this rich JSON schema markup. Okay. And now that I shared my screen right, you can see it here. Okay. So that's this restaurant. Let me show you this. This is another client. This is a criminal defense client in Tampa. Actually has 6 locations throughout the state of Florida. This is his listing. Oh, I forgot to show you here. This is where things like trust signals, you see the reviews, the ratings, the description, their image. But if you scroll down here, we pull in, again, Google Maps is like the core pillar of the foundation of this entire system. We pull in, we pull in reviews from the Google Map listing, but because we built the system, we control the data that comes in. We only bring in the 5-star reviews that are being published on these listings. So, but you see it here, okay? If you were to break this down, you would see, because they have a street address, now it looks different because they're in the UK, but if you were to break it down, you would ultimately see 7 entities making up their citation. But on the citation network here, you see it's got their hours, it's got all of their entities of their location, their Google Map embed, and the trust signals with the reviews. But also up here, you see the rating, okay? And of course, the categories. All of that is being captured. All of that is being optimized up here. Not only is it published on this listing, but it's being captured and structured with JSON schema markup. It's a very powerful thing. Let's look at this. This is a lawyer, criminal defense law firm in Tampa. Again, they have 6 locations. I just pulled this one. Again, I just pulled random listings. Here you see it pulled in our Google Map crawler, pulled in multiple images, but the same structure. Okay. If you were to look at all of their business data, you would see the same 7 entity data points represented here on their citation listing. And down here, Google Maps, and then again, their Google reviews. We only pull in 5-star reviews that publish across Citation Network. So this is what we mean by an AI optimized citation. And again, let's look here at the schema. Okay. And what you can see, this is kind of a technical thing, but you can see that our platform, our network, it's actually recognizing the categories of the proper category of the business, and it's producing the relevant schema markup as it pertains to that business category. For example, this business, you see their category is restaurant. We're looking at Hanlon Law here. You can see their schema is legal service. Okay. So the schema, our platform, again, it's an AI optimized platform. It's going to analyze your business data. It's going to know what is your category, what's the most relevant category to optimize in the schema, and it's going to publish that for you across the entire network. And you can see it here. This is a law firm. The legal service is the JSON data type of schema that would be the proper schema to integrate into this listing. Okay. All right. So now finally the deal. All right. So how do you get on the AI Citation Network? How do you start building the AI visibility? We have an offer for you. All right. A 20% off offer. The regular price, you can look at our website, actually confirm this. Let me do that for you. You can go to our website. Let's see. Go to the Citation Network, and you can see the regular price is $39 a month. Your price, your deal for joining the webinar is 20% off. So instead of $39 a month, you get it for $31.20 per month. And I put a little, just kind of a bullet point list of what you're getting here. 300 plus AI, excuse me, 300 plus AI optimized citations, 100% schema JSON LD optimization, reporting and analytics dashboard. As soon as you sign up, you're going to get an email with a link to your dashboard. You'll see where we have a message. We encourage you to change your password because it's going to automatically create this default password. So what the majority of our clients do, they click the link, they change the password, and then boom, you're on your reporting and analytics dashboard. Also within the network, once you're logged into your dashboard, you're able to add even more optimization to it by adding your own set of tags and categories. For example, a lot of our clients will do things like, you know, criminal defense lawyer near me, or restaurants near me, or other types are service in city. So DUI lawyer in Tampa, or restaurants in Atlanta, or Italian restaurants in Gwinnett County, things of that nature. Once you're on your dashboard, you'll see where you can integrate your own set of your own keyword phrases. Okay. So because you took the time, it's so amazing that you're here for this webinar. We wanted to put this 20% offer to you. Again, instead of $39 a month, it's $31.20 a month, and you can get on the Citation Network and let our platform start optimizing your business, just like we're doing for hundreds of clients as we speak. So that is the presentation. I'm going to now bring up, let me get out of here and see if there's any questions that I can answer. And there's the deal. We created this QR code. A lot of people are maybe on their phones. The link, I believe Abigail has also shared it. Abigail, is it in there?
Yes, we have the link in the chat.
Perfect. Yep. So you can go to the chat. It's a little message icon in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. You can open up the chat. You'll see a link to it. The coupon code, the 20% coupon code, in essence, it's already applied to the cart. So you can go ahead, click that, go ahead and check out, add your business data, super simple. And we're off to the races from there. All right, so let me go in here and try to find some questions. All right, let's see. Ken, thank you so much for being here. Your question is, what if you're already using Yext? Do these citations conflict in any way with our citation network? Great question. So the simple answer is no. It does not conflict in any way. I've gotten this question multiple times. We've had this conversation with clients. There's value to Yext. Again, you know, who am I to critique a publicly traded billion-dollar company? Like, there's value with Yext, but what you're not getting with Yext is that JSON LD schema markup. What you are getting with Yext, and this is where Yext could become a valuable like parallel to have deployed for your business along with the citation network. What you're getting from Yext is volume, right? You're getting volume, additional volume of citation distribution of your business data across Yext network. So if you join our citation network, you'll have the 300 plus citations from our platform, plus the and you didn't mention what package you're on. The last time I looked, it's probably somewhere in the 50 to 70 range of citations that you're getting from Yext. So you would have the Yext citations in addition to the citation network citations, but only the citation network is going to be delivering that JSON schema markup that you really, in all honesty, need in today's age of AI search. So that's a great question. Any other questions? Let's see. I don't see any other questions. So I got to be careful of time. I can't remember. Abigail, how long did we say? I hope it wasn't just 30 minutes.
No, you're fine until 8 o'clock.
Oh, I'm ahead of schedule. That's amazing, actually. So awesome. Well, any other questions before we sign off here? All right. Again, there's going to be a link here. We're going to get everyone's information that joined, and we're going to go ahead and send an email out to you. Our goal will be to put this presentation together. You'll have a link, so you'll have all the slides. We maybe even recorded it, but also there will be a link, your coupon code applied link for that 20% off. Okay, got another question. Francis, thank you so much. Is there a plan to have multiple listings under one account? Absolutely. And I didn't talk about it. I don't actually think I talked about it at all in this presentation, so I apologize for that. We work with a lot of agencies and consultants, and basically any business that's dealing with multiple locations. The first one I showed you, that business has 33 locations. So, but we work with other agencies, and ultimately, yes, 100%. We have a plan. We have an entire workflow that makes it super easy for you to get, whether, if you're an agency or consultant and you got multiple clients, or if you're a business and you need to get multiple listings on the network, we work with you. We make it super easy. So 100% yes. And it will all be under one account. So you'll log into your dashboard. If you have just one listing, or if you have 10,000 listings, it'll all be right there for you. Oh yeah, perfect. I just saw your comment. You got a few clients. Yeah, absolutely. And reach out to us, because we can work depending on, well, let me say this. We have agencies that do a lot more than just the citation network. So if you're interested, reach out to us. There's a lot of other ways that we can work with you. We're really built to work with it, because we've been an SEO agency for 15 years. So we know, the challenges and things that you need to deal with. So if you're interested, reach out to us. We'd love to talk more with you about that. But at a very simple level, a few clients, yes, 100% under one account, very easy to achieve. And you'll also, that 20% discount would be applied indefinitely to however many listings you want to add to the citation network. So great questions. Yes, sir. Any other questions? All right. Well, if there's no more questions, thank you all again for joining this webinar. I really appreciate it. We're testing different times, 7 o'clock. We thought we'd give this a shot after work and whatnot. Seems to be going pretty decent, but we'll get the email out to you. Join the network, take advantage of the 20% offer, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you again.